It's the Phoenix Suns facing off against the Los Angeles Lakers as the NBA first round on ABC, presented by Mountain Dew, continues from Staples Center. Laker playoff basketball returned to Staples Center for the first time in 8 years this week. And fans filing in for Game 4. Right now, this best-of-7 series has the Lakers leading 2-1. They lost Game 1, but bounced back, winning Games 2 and 3. Meanwhile, Chris Paul, the leader of the Phoenix Suns, will be in the starting lineup. Injured that right shoulder in Game 1, severely limited the past 2 games, but he'll be out on the floor for Monty Williams and the Suns as we get underway. Meanwhile, Anthony Davis sprained his knee in Game 3, and he was questionable. Said there's no way he wasn't playing, and he is in the starting lineup, ready to go for the LA Lakers. And good afternoon, everyone. Along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand, Rachel Nichols with us as well. The #1 story in this series has become Chris Paul's shoulder. Injured that in Game 1, and he is far from 100%. Now, Mark, he's going to be in the starting lineup, and he's going to play, but he's not what he normally is. So how do the Suns handle this with all that this leader does for them?
Well, you don't feel the pressure. You have to truly believe that there's strength in numbers. You do not replace Chris Paul or replace some of the things he does on the basketball floor with one individual. He's not 100%. We're well aware of that. The fact is, filling the gaps with what he does. Leadership, defending, facilitating, score-making, competitive spirit. He'll do his job and collectively be committed to filling the gaps.
But he will give it a go here this afternoon. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, Jeff, they were very encouraged, especially by the second half of Game 3. LeBron James looked the best he's looked since he came back from the ankle injury. And Anthony Davis, and he's the subject of our King of the Court, brought to you by Burger King, he's been unguardable the past couple of games.
Yeah, he had a rough play-in game against Golden State. Another difficult outing in Game 1 of this series. But in Games 2 and 3, he has bounced back and been the star that we've grown accustomed to seeing. And if you're going to highlight any stat, the stat that has to be highlighted is the number of free throw attempts he's gotten in Game 2 and 3. He's been pounding the board, pounding the paint, and working his way to the free throw line.
So here we go for Game 4. Lakers with a chance to take a commanding lead in this series. The Suns, who have been resilient and tough all season long, a chance to even things up before the series heads back for Game 5 in Phoenix. And we're underway, and it's been so nice to have the fans back and Laker playoff basketball back in LA. Of course, last year's championship, all the playoff games in Orlando, Florida.